Saugerties, New York, and we're going to interview Werner Hegner for the Library of Congress Veterans History Project. Also here today we have Past Commander Alan Brzezinski, who's our technical advisor, and me, Bill Payne, Past Commander and Post Historian. And today it is Sunday, December 4th, 2005. So, Werner, thanks very much for sharing with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, right.
Now, can you tell us, Werner, were you drafted or did you enlist?
No, I was drafted. I was hurt. I was supposed to go to in '50, but I got hurt on the bulldozer, and they deferred me for a whole year. I was on the doctor's care. After that, well, the doctor okayed me. I was in. That was only a week, and I was in.
So you worked in heavy equipment before you went in the Army?
Oh, yeah, right on straight through, yeah.
And where were you living at the time?
Wittenberg.
Wittenberg, New York, right?
Yeah, when I went into service, Wittenberg, yeah.
Not far from Woodstock, New York.
That's right, not far.
Yeah. And what was your first days of service like? Do you remember?
So, you know, it was kind of homesick, you know, lonely, you know, but there was a lot of guys there that, you know, we got talking and fooling around and everything. We had a good time though after a while.
You told me you went to Fort Devens, Massachusetts.
Fort Devens, Massachusetts, yeah.
You had boot camp there?
Yeah, we was only there for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
We just to have our shots and then all examinations and all like that, you know. And then we stayed there for a while and got all our clothes and everything. And then we was about a week or two, and then we were put on a train and headed for Camp Chaffee.
Camp Chaffee, Arkansas.
Arkansas, yeah.
And what time of year was this?
This was well, about June.
Now you mentioned it was very hot down there.
Oh, it was hot. Oh, I took my basic training all through all through the hot weather. Oh, it was hot.
What kind of training did you have? What did they do with you?
Well, we had training. We started on the 105s, you know, training on them. But then they took me off of that.
What were your instructors like? Do you remember them?
Yeah, we had a couple good instructors. Yes, yeah. Some of them were, you know, a little bit nasty, but we had pretty good instructors. Yeah.
So you got through boot camp okay?
Oh yeah, I got through boot camp okay. Then they sent me to school for 10 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I passed that with flying colors.
Was that in Fort Chaffee?
Yeah, that was right in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now this is when they took you off the 105 howitzers?
Yeah, they took me off of that, yeah.
And they put you into heavy equipment?
Heavy equipment, yeah. Well, I schooled for mechanic work and do all kinds of heavy equipment work, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you served during the Korean War, right?
Sure, started the Korean War, yeah.
Okay. And so where did you go after you got done with your training for heavy equipment? Where were you sent?
I went to Camp Stoneman, California, and I was there for, I guess 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 6 weeks. Some of the other fellows I was with was there too, but I never got KP there at all. They wondered why it happened I didn't get KP. So the last day I had to go to Sacramento, California with the trucks to help, you know, load up some stuff. And by the time I got back, they said, pack your bags, you're ready for the ship.
So you went to the ship, where was that located?
Right in Frisco.
In Frisco?
San Francisco, yeah, San Francisco, yeah.
And you went on board the ship?
Went on board the ship, yeah.
What was the name of the ship, do you remember?
No, I don't. I think it was a Sultan.
Sultan?
I think it was a Sultan, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I came back on a Navy ship.
Yeah. Did you travel with your heavy equipment or just...
No, just the troops going over, that's all. Just the troops going over.
Now you told me that was a pretty rough cruise, huh? Going over?
Oh boy, the second day out, it was terrible. I didn't think the boat was going to stay alive, you know. And then what happened was, that day they had fed all the guys cream of wheat, and that was the worst thing they ever done. Oh man, oh man. So I never got sick, but when they said everybody fall out for details to clean up, I jumped right in my bed and I'm going, oh, you can't go then. I wasn't going to clean that up. It went up 4 steps and come back 3. Oh, it was terrible.
So that was a pretty tough...
And we were down below the water, you know, hot. Oh, it was hot. Oh, down below the water.
Where did your first port go? Where did you land?
In Japan.
You landed in Japan?
Yeah.
You're on, what was Tokyo?
Tokyo, yeah, in Japan, yeah.
And how long?
Then I was there for Oh, probably 2 weeks. They put us set us up there, you know, got us all ready for Korea. Yeah. Then they put me on a boxcar and they flew us over to Korea.
Flying boxcar.
Flew, and I thought that thing was going to fall apart. That boxcar, the wings were going crazy. Yeah, we were 10,000 feet. Wow. I said, whoa. Then we landed in Seoul.
Well, then what happened then?
And then they took us over to our company, 1903, and there's where we were. And I was there for, I can't remember how long I was there. I was there for, probably a couple months.
Now, you were in the Army, but you were working building airfields, is that right?
Yeah, I was in the Army, working for the Air Force. Yeah, they put me in a special category, Army with Air Force. Yeah, so this was 1903 Engineer Aviation Compartment, you know, camp. Yeah, so I worked there for a while, and these are the pictures right there that I worked on, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you mentioned that this right here is a big shovel.
Yeah.
What was the name of that called? That was the Marion?
No, it was a Marion 2-yard Marion shovel.
Okay, and that's a great big piece of equipment that you
had
right.
Around when I was in 1903, that's what they called us out, and we had to go move that. We moved that.
Now you mentioned here was a concrete laying machine.
Yeah, that's when I was in Korea.
In Korea. So that was the only, you were the only person who knew how to operate.
No, operated, yeah, the only one. I operated the whole thing for him.
Now you mentioned one time that you and the major had a little discussion.
Yeah, right, yeah, well.
How'd that go?
That's when I was over in Korea. They were building the airfield, and they had these deuce nails hauling dirt for the airfield, and he said, we had a good day today, 200 yards. I said, what? 200 yards? I said, that there shovel should have loaded a lot more. Well, how do you know all this and that? I said, well, I was in construction quite a while. So when they had other questions, he said, you keep quiet. He says, you know everything, so you keep quiet.
So you make yourself too happy with him, huh?
No, well, he was
He was?
He was no good.
No good?
No.
This is a picture of you here with a big steam shovel, I see, right?
No, a crane.
A crane, actually.
A crane, yeah.
And you operated that crane
Crane,
too?
yeah. I did all that kind of stuff.
Now, you had mentioned that they took you up to another base that was called Pyeongtaek?
Pyeongtaek.
Pyeongtaek.
Yeah, Pyeongtaek, yeah. There's where I stayed right until I was ready to go home.
You mentioned you went up there on the railroad, and that was...
Yeah, right. We moved a lot of equipment up on there. We were 3 days on that train. Oh boy, we were filthy, dirty, and because we went up to protect. And the only food we had was those K rations. We used to start the machines up and put them on the manifolds to keep them warm.
So you ran the engine to keep the food
warm? Ran the engine to keep them warm, yeah.
You mentioned you had all soot all over you from traveling.
Oh, yeah, from under them tunnels. You know, they had the old steamers over there, you know. Yeah, they had all our old steamers.
Really?
Yeah, all them great big, the ones they all must have went over there. Oh, man. But then we couldn't get off to clean up, and we had to stay there another day because the Marines wouldn't let us off. They said, it's your job, you protect it. And we got really mad.
Well, you have, that was your job, doing all that heavy equipment?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Were you involved in combat? Did you see any combat?
No, I don't think, no.
Anybody get casualties in your unit? People get hurt?
No, nobody got, not my unit.
Now, you mentioned about the food there. You had K rations much of the time, right?
Yeah, K-ration. We had they was turkeys, and I think George Washington was a fed them. They were so tough. You couldn't eat them. Oh my God, they were terrible. And we had powdered eggs. You could use them for the soles of your shoes. That was terrible. All that stuff.
Not like home cooking, huh?
Oh man, that was awful.
Did you have enough food?
Oh yeah, we had lots of food. Yeah. We had enough food. Yeah, we had plenty.
You had enough supplies and equipment and all that.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. And you were awarded the National Defense Medal and the Korean American Service Medal with 3 battle stars.
3 battle stars. Yeah.
And also the United Nations Korean Service Medal, right?
I should get them cleaned or get new ones.
Yeah.
Mine are getting so Oh, I got him on the shirt all the while,
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, did you, were you able to keep in touch with your family this whole time?
Oh, yeah, I wrote back and forth. My family wrote to me, yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And did you feel pressure or stress? It's kind of a silly question.
Well, yeah, it was kind of lonely, you miss your family and everything over there, But we kept busy all the while, and with nothing to it. We lived in the tents.
You lived in tents?
Yeah, in the tents, yeah.
Yep. How long were you there altogether?
I was there until May of '53.
So over a year?
Yeah, so then the warrant officer, he was a good guy, and he let me go a little bit early, and gave me all the names of the other guys that I was supposed to meet over in Japan. He let me go, and he was really good. Matter of fact, I got letters from them, they wanted me to go in the service as a warrant officer.
Oh.
Yeah, and another one, I could have been heavy equipment, a lieutenant for the heavy equipment, and I said, no, I don't want that either, because if they smash it up, you have to stay there.
Yep. Is there anything you did in particular to, like, keep yourself in good luck, or did you do anything like that, or?
Well, no, I just, they thought, I was doing a good job, yes.
Yeah. Now, how did people entertain themselves? Is there anything you did for fun?
No, we just had we had our own little fun.
Yeah. Did you have any entertainers over there or anything like that?
No, I had them in the service, over USOs was in
the States?
In the States, yeah.
What did the guys do to, like, entertain themselves there, as far as pulling pranks on each other or anything like that? That kind of humor?
No, not really.
Okay. Yeah, you have one photograph I see as a picture of you here on a Russian-made tank, huh?
Yeah.
That was the enemy tank.
Yeah, but I didn't operate that though.
No.
That just came.
It was an enemy tank that was captured, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a Soviet 235 tank? 234-85 tank.
And the equipment that we had over there was all the World War II equipment, all the Deuce the Haas 5-ton Diamond T's and all that, Federal trucks and that. They were all the old equipment. Yeah. And they had brand new equipment in Japan on the shores, just wasted away with the salt water. Ah. Brand new equipment. We had all old equipment, and we were putting motors in and rear ends in and all kinds of things. Yeah.
A lot of hard work.
Yeah.
What do you think of your officers and fellow soldiers?
Well, the soldiers were good, yeah. And our commander was a good man too.
Company
we had
commander?
two, yeah. We had two.
Yeah.
One had to leave. He was an ace. Yeah. The other one was fair enough. He was real good.
Did you keep a personal diary?
No.
Okay. No. Now, you mentioned to me before you came home, you got sent from Korea to Japan for a little while, right?
Yeah, until all the other boys came over.
Okay.
Because they left me a couple of weeks earlier.
So you had some time in Japan?
Yeah, I had some time in Japan, yeah.
What'd you do while you were there?
Went around, looked.
Sightseeing?
Things like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mostly around Tokyo?
Tokyo, yeah. Well, Tokyo was beautiful. It was just like New York City. It was all built up nice. Tokyo was beautiful.
It had all been rebuilt since the World War II?
Yeah. Oh, boy, it was in beautiful shape. Yeah. I was all in Tokyo.
Now, you came back to the United States. You came on a Navy ship, you told me, right?
Back on a Navy ship, but I don't know what one it was. But, boy, we had good food then.
Yeah.
And the problem over there is they used to put the butter out in the squares, and we used to, gobble that right up. After that, they took all our stuff away, all the good stuff away from us. Good rolls and bread and everything like that. Oh man, we went nuts because we were so used to it.
Yeah.
Boy, it was such good food.
Yeah.
But then they took a lot of it away from us.
Now you came back to the, you remember what it was like when you got home? How'd you feel when the...
I landed in San Francisco. The first thing I did was call home.
Yeah.
And, and then we was there for a while, mustering out. I never pulled. Yeah, I did. I pulled KP once there in the kitchen.
Yeah. Oh, you already had a lot more experience than that, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Did they send you across the country to Fort Dix?
Yeah, they put us on the train, and we went to Fort Dix. Yeah.
And you got mustered out of Fort Dix, right?
Fort Dix, yeah. Fort Dix.
Came home.
Then I came home, yeah. Then I came home, yeah.
What'd you do after you got out of the service?
I was in heavy equipment.
And you continued working in heavy
Yeah,
equipment?
equipment, yeah.
Right along,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Matter of fact, when I came home on a furlough one time, the boss I was working for, I went to work for him for the whole furlough.
That's what you did on your leave, right?
Yeah, right, on my leave, yeah. He wanted me back in the worst way, you know, so
Yeah.
I told him, I said, I'll work as long as I can, and then I got that.
Yeah. It's a picture of you getting on the airplane going
Yeah,
over there, huh?
picture of getting on the airplane to go to California.
Going to California. Yeah.
Yeah.
Commercial flight, right?
Yeah,
So now you do belong to the American Legion here in Saugerties?
yeah.
Also, you belong to the VFW?
W and Saugerties too, yeah.
Any other veterans organizations you belong to?
No.
Okay. But you are very involved with Project SOS, which
Oh,
is
yeah, right,
support our
yeah.
service
I
persons.
got into that too, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, okay? What you do?
Well, we just done, what was it, Monday? No, the 30th, excuse me, the 30th. We just packed all the boxes and sent them over. What was it, all this, like razors and soap and everything they could use, you know. Matter of fact, the last one, the 30th, we put pillows in the bottom. They were looking for pillows.
Mm-hmm.
And we put pillows in the bottom of the box, and then we filled it up with food, all kinds of games and cards and all kinds of things like that, yeah.
All kinds of goodies for the
Yeah,
troops
right.
over in Iraq and
Yeah, right,
Afghanistan, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And then we had one, they got a call, we had one person was in Turkey. And that was the last thing. We just have an extra box, so we sent it over there. Yeah, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, that's been going on here in town for a couple of years now, right?
Yeah, right. But I only just got involved into it, you know.
Yeah. And did you get involved in any reunions with your troops that you were serving
No.
or anything like that? Keep in touch with any of those people?
No. Well, the warrant officer, he used to call me,
Yeah.
write letters and that. He wanted me to come back in. He said, I'll get warrant officer for you. But I said, no, I don't want that.
So you were, how do you think military experience you had affected your life, and how do you feel about that, and war in general and so forth?
I was glad, you know, I was glad it went over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, you know. I think it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it very much. Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, my father, when he was in the First World War,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he was over in France.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so.
Who was he with?
Huh?
Who was he with over France? He was in the Army?
Army.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was a truck driver.
Truck driver?
Yeah,
Oh,
he was a
wow.
truck driver.
They must have had some trucks back then.
And, yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
And the truck in front of him got blown up, right in front of him.
Wow.
He would have been next.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but otherwise, I enjoyed it. I mean, it was a good experience for me,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Yeah.
My mother didn't kind of like it because she was,
Yeah.
you know, she got all filled up and everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I had a pretty good time in San Francisco too, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Werner, for sharing
Okay.
your experiences with us.
All right,
Thank
yeah.
you for your service.
okay.